To read to the kids, show them some love. Just really put it in perspective for them early that the pack loves them, show them some love.
All right, we're back here in Uptown Charlotte. DJ Burns, Casey Morsell. You guys doing a little reading, huh? You got to be fun with the kids, though. There's nothing better.
Oh, yeah, we love the kids, man.
Yeah, they were awesome. They were awesome. It was great kind of going in the city and getting to know them. And, obviously, me and DJ, we're not from the Raleigh area, but just having the opportunity to go and see those guys, it was awesome.
How did that get started? Just out of curiosity sake.
That one was orchestrated by the coaching staff and our team, but we try to do little events like that and just go out and spread some love in the community. For us, it's more about people who don't get to come to our games, being able to interact with them. They watch them and they become fans, but they may not be fortunate enough to make it. So we just try to go out and spread that love.
That's cool.
Before we even turn to the basketball thing, something that you did with Ernest Ross was pretty cool. You guys set up a meet and greet this summer, and you decided, hey, all the proceeds are going to go to the Boys and Girls Club in Raleigh. Why did you decide to team up with Ernest to do something like that?
Me and him were having a conversation one day, and that's something like we both grew up in the Boys and Girls Club or the YMCA, and I don't know if there's too many programs like the YMCA, the one we had. So the next closest thing was the Boys and Girls Club. So we went in there and we did an NIL event there, and we were like, all these basketballs, they were beat up and old. So we were like, we're going to do the event, and then we're going to go in and just give them all new stuff, just be able to give back to a community that did the same for us growing up.
So you donated your time just to meet people, and all that money went back. That's really special. It's really cool stuff.
By the way, that reward you get, the smile on the kid's face, you can't put a price tag on that, can you?
They loved it, man. A lot of them were jumping around. It was kind of surprised because the first time we went in there, they were trying to act all cool, like act like basketball players, whatever, dude. And then by the end, they were jumping around. It was pretty cool.
You probably pretend like they could probably beat you too. I'm sure they're probably like,
they talk the most.
Dunk on you, trust me. Over to the basketball thing though. That's why we're here today. You guys representing your squad here in Charlotte. If you were to look ahead at the rest of the season, what would you say the word is that this basketball team is going to encompass as you lead into 23-24? One word.
Well, the one word that we use is art. It means accountability, relentless, toughness together. As that's part of our identity as you walk through the facilities that we have, and you might hear Keys mention it a lot. It's just trying to figure out who we are as a team, and that word is a word that kind of connects us, and through the good times and bad, we will always resort back to that word. So that kind of is the word that unites us and makes us one.
We've always had a good time with your head coach. I can only imagine he's a great guy to play for. I mean, I know you got to put in the work, and he can be tough on you when it's time, but especially wins on the road, he always has a good time and a good story with all that stuff. What's it like playing for Kevin Keats? Because he just seems like a tremendous dude behind closed doors.
I played for a lot of coaches, but I don't think there's ever been a coach that's more like personable as he is. I feel like if there's anything that I'm going through or that I need, he's the one coach that's made me feel the most comfortable being able to come to him with those things. He's someone he makes it easy to have a tough conversation. And he's someone that you can look up to, and not just from a basketball aspect as a coach, but someone you can respect as a person as well.
What kind of impact has he made on you, Casey?
Well, obviously just, the believing in me, right? Like, I think, coming from UVA and the whole transfer process, right? Like, he was a guy who kind of took a risk, because my numbers and, my game wasn't as developed. So, he kind of took a risk and developed me in terms of, obviously with the shooting. I've seen, you've seen improvements in that area. So every year, I'm just trying to find an area that I can grow in, and he kind of emphasizes it and helps me grow in that area.
Casey, we've seen so many players who have transferred from another ACC school now. It used to be taboo, like, hey, you're going to transfer, it's going to be outside the footprint or somewhere else. Now it's so commonplace, especially with the transfer portal.
Yep.
Is it uncomfortable in some respects, or is it just like, hey, we all know each other? I'm just kind of curious about the universe of the player now, especially given how easy it is to get up and go to a different school.
Yeah, like you said, it's part of the game now, right? Every team has that challenge of, having essentially a new roster come in and now that that's part of the game, every team has been forced to kind of adapt. So as players, you've adapted. So if you do go and a player goes to choose another school, I mean it's part of the game, and everyone's kind of used to the process of adjusting fast to a new culture, a new situation.
It's kind of funny. We talked to Brad Brownell earlier today, and Clemson and NC State did swaps. It's kind of like an NBA light in some respects. It's like on the waiver wire. Well, we'll take him. Hey, you take this guy. Down the road we go. But it is really kind of a unique for us. It's interesting because we follow the league. But for you guys, hey, you're out there with a front row seat, and it's kind of interesting to watch that whole transition take place.
For sure, for sure.
I know you've been walking around with these in your hand today.
Yeah.
He's got to bring the sunglasses now everywhere because they've just become part of you ever since last season. You came onto the scene with the glasses. Now you cannot part with them at all. How did you feel like, DJ, you evolved over the last year as a player and as a person?
Honestly, I feel like Raleigh just kind of embraced me. In the beginning, they didn't know what to expect, but once I came out and I was able to showcase how I'm going to be for them, I think it was easy to gravitate towards, and the opportunities that have opened up since then have been crazy,
right?
More than I could have ever asked for. And as a player, it's been motivating to know that there's a whole city behind you, and fans and a fan base like theirs is just ridiculous. It's everything you would want as a player.
As far as the schedule goes, we've talked to everybody today about the ACC SEC Challenge, which is something new and unique. But what it's like for you guys when the schedule is finally released and you say, hey, man, we're going to go play X, Y, or Z. What jumps out at us for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, as a team, we love our schedule, right? I mean, just as you see, we get, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and then you get a great opportunity in Vegas. And then even starting off with, the smaller schools such as the Citadel, and those teams are all teams that help build a valid tournament resume. As you enter the ACC, you want to have a valid non-conference to kind of always fall back on. So I mean, that's pretty much what propelled us to make it last year was our success in our non-conference.
So where do you think NC State falls in the pecking order? What's your gut tell you about where you guys think you're going to be here?
I don't think I'm a good person to answer that.
It's okay to have some confidence.
If you let me tell it, I don't feel like there's a game we should lose.
Well, there you go.
If we're going to play the way that we practice, and with the culture that we're building this year and how we're redirecting things, I don't feel like there's a game we could lose.
DJ, let me tell you something. Anybody wearing Pit Viper sunglasses during an interview, if you didn't say that, I would have smacked those things right off your head, my man. You got to have the attitude that, hey, I'm wearing these and we're not going to lose a game. That's exactly what you're supposed to say.
So a lot of people will say, no Terquavion Smith, no Jarkel Joyner, right? The backcourt is gone, at least those two.
Yeah.
What is this team going to look like then? If you were to describe, you guys have seen it behind closed doors, the way you're practicing, what's this team going to look like?
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest things I would say is that we're going to be different. I'm not going to say, we don't know if we'll be better or worse until, we get out and start playing against live action. But, the team will definitely be different. It will be a lot more, versatility in terms of scoring, in terms of how we'll score the ball. Of course, we know we got DJ, and we'll play through him a lot. But this team will definitely have to value things on the defensive end a lot more, and that has to be a staple of who we are.
It's a big responsibility for you. That's part of your game.
For sure. So that, like I said, man, that's definitely got to be part of who we are as a team, and not just me.
All right, I'm going to throw something on you, and I'm curious to see what your answer is going to be. I think it's really cool what NC State's going to do, unveiling the statue of David Thompson. Did I say David Thompson? That resonate with you guys?
Yeah, for sure.
It does?
Yes, sir.
You know who David Thompson is?
Yeah. Right. I would say one of the best, if not the best, ever played there. Yeah,
let me put those Pit Vipers on. I'll tell you, he's the best ACC of all time. Not one of. He is the best ACC basketball player ever.
By far.
All right, I'm just telling you.
100%.
Yeah. Just imagine with those Pit Vipers on saying that to you.
I agree with that.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be a very cool event at the NC State. That's coming up on December the 6th.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's the rest of the day look like for you guys with Coach? Do we get ice cream on this kind of road trip? Or no ice cream? I know you don't do the ice cream thing.
Yeah, I don't do it anyway.
You do the ice cream thing?
Just vanilla. Vanilla with sprinkles. That's why I like.
Rainbow sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles.
Got to get the rainbow sprinkles.
Okay, thank you. Just making sure. I was going to judge you if not.
I remember we had DJ on the show. We asked you about the ice cream. You're like, no, man, that's not me.
I can't right now. I'm on a mission.
That's it. I'm proud. I remember when you said that.
I wish I had that kind of skill, yeah.
Listen, are you gonna wear those for a game maybe one time?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got it.
I just want to see what it feels like to be you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Check
try
those
them
out.
All right. I look ridiculous.
The Pit Vipers, that might be my thing this year.
Look the
You know,
same
roll
now?
with the Pit Vipers.
Yeah. There you go. I can play hoops now.
Yeah, you can do something
Yeah,
with those.
right.
I guarantee you. All right, thanks guys. I wish you the best. Stay healthy. All that great
Thanks,
stuff.
guys.
For having us.
Quick break when we come back. BC's in the house. That's right. Earl Grant coming up next.